Hello, Taurus, and welcome to your April 2026 reading. I'm Nicholas Ashbaugh. It's good to see everybody. Before I begin, just a quick heads up. There's going to be some background noise today because my air conditioner broke. It actually sprung a leak, and I'm going to be relocated to another unit in this building. But until then, there might be a little bit of, ambient noise from the background, and that's why. That's also why it's been taking me a little bit longer to get these videos done. So thanks for being patient. It's been a crazy couple of months here. All right, let's get into your reading. First of all, let's talk about channel messages. As I was tuning into dreams and meditations this morning, two things came forth for you. There was a big focus on teeth, which is kind of interesting. I don't get that all of the time. And I saw someone go from fewer to more teeth. So some of you may be getting some dental work done, maybe some crowns or partials or something going on with that, or you're looking at improving the alignment of your teeth. Spirit's just kind of giving you the thumbs up because I saw a big confidence boost because that's a big part of who we are. Our smiles are important. So do take care of that if you need to. The other thing that I look at when I see the mouth, when I see smiles, when I see confidence is not being afraid to speak, to use your voice, because this is also connected to the throat chakra. So sometimes if you're just lacking encouragement, success in the past with maybe public speaking, there may be a little bit of fear in opening your mouth and saying what you need to. I think it's so important to share your perspective, share your thoughts, to speak up. And know this is really what I'm getting as I'm tuning in right now. This time, it's going to be different. You have all of the past experiences that have created context and given you sort of like maybe a checklist of what not to do. Now focus on what you need to do and have to do. It's so valuable to say what you want, what you don't, set expectations and boundaries, and use your voice. Going back to the teeth and like what they kind of help us with, which is like taking a bite out of something. When you're starting something new, you have to just take little nibbles. It's kind of like a big sandwich. You don't want to put the whole thing in your mouth or you're not going to be able to chew or swallow. So as you start something new, taste it, test it, and then just kind of take small bites. And pretty soon you're going to be able to enjoy what you're doing and feel like, you're kind of in the flow of energy. So small steps, small bites, talk and communicate frequently. So rather than waiting until you have all of this stress or all of these questions, whether it's a relationship, a task, a job, as things arise, speak up and speak out often, and that will help you out in the month ahead. All right, Taurus, let's check in on Apollo and then we'll get started. There's Apollo. We're going to let him be because he is sleeping and trying to get cool there on the floor. So without any further delay, let's shuffle the cards and see what Spirit has in store for you. Please take a moment and close your eyes. Imagine that the sun is shining directly overhead, creating a circle of light around your body. In that circle, you are safe and connected to Source. Let's welcome in angels, spirit guides, and ascended masters and see what's coming through. All right, let's begin with Catalyst, which I still need to draw. Hold on a second. Okay. And it was worth the wait. All right, your Catalyst is Miracle. The card is in the reverse position. Faith is an amazing thing. Faith and belief and hope all work together. And if you can imagine and believe that something is possible, despite what everyone else is trying to say or do around you, you might surprise yourself and you might surprise them. Because in the upright position, the miracle is all of this or greater. And Taurus, that's your mantra throughout this month. All of this or greater when you're trying to manifest something, whether it's love in your life, money in your bank account, opportunities knocking at the door, adventures that are waiting for you, Think about what you want and then say, what if it's even better than what I think? What if I'm limited in my beliefs and I could be surprised? That's what the miracle card is inviting you to entertain. And with the card reversed, it's saying, don't give up. Don't give up hope. There's a great song by Kate Bush and Peter Gabriel, Don't Give Up. So something in your life maybe has been just a little bit, there's been friction. It hasn't been going where it needs to be. But what we see now is a pivot, a breakthrough, a surprise. So hold out for that miracle, believe in yourself, and like I just said, don't give up. All right, let's start with the center of the spread here. We have the Two of Cups representing partnership, opportunity, love, and connections as well. Suffice it to say, this is a great time to get out there and network. Some of you may be already starting something new in a relationship or friendship, but if not, this is that encouragement to use your voice, speak up, say hello to someone. It all starts with hello. There also is power in numbers, the power of 2 in particular. So if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling like you need a little bit of help, this is that helping hand. So in existing relationships, you have the capacity to go deeper. In work and in business, you can network and use your ability to basically connect with others, to pull people into your ideas and be more productive. And if you are looking for love, this portends great things. So I like the way that this started. 2 of Cups. Crossing this card, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So if you are looking for love, this could be an earth sign coming through. But for everyone else, this card is representing the ability to be the embodiment of that which you seek. Typically, the Queen of Pentacles can be connected to pregnancy, birthing, creating, nurturing, much like Empress energy. She's also the Queen of Resources. So anything that you have, rather than thinking it's not enough, remember we had the Miracle card, think about like Miracle Grow, you have the ability to take that one pentacle and make many. One idea, one thought, one action can create a beautiful chain reaction. This is the time to lean more into your sort of phase of getting organized, being productive, taking more of an active role when it comes to business, finance, and personal development. And generally speaking, in business, she's quite respected. You don't have to do this alone, though. So this could also be a chance to kind of lead in a partnership sort of role. So if you're thinking of starting your own business, all the entrepreneurs out there, this is a chance for you to kind of think, well, what if I did a small partnership and it's 2 or 3 people so that I don't have to carry the load? Or make sure that you have someone to help you with operations, human resources, finance, so you don't have to do it all, basically. All right? So again, power in numbers and the ability to make one idea, resource, etc., many. So productivity and abundance. And again, throughout this spread, leaning into the power of miracles. This is really what your reading is about, is the ability to look beyond what isn't and, like we see the High Priestess here, imagine what could be. What we have kind of tempering and possibly even blocking the forward momentum is someone from the past that could just be a little bossy, judgmental, or very much in the vein of my way or the highway, right? So the Queen of Wands in the upright position is magical. She can create, she can inspire, she can lead. But when she is in our family or friend circle, or maybe as a boss or mentor, it can be a little stifling. And we all have a Queen of Wands somewhere in our life that tells us, no, or you can't do that, or you're not good enough. This month, today in particular, you're going to release this. I recently had someone tell me something that was just absurd and a little bit kind of like, it was wrong, first of all. But once someone says something, even when you know that doesn't sound right, it sits there. So whether it's like, you're only going to go this far, or you can only get this much done, or you should never do that. I had to sit there for a good 24 hours, and it was kind of like I was chipping away at what that person had put into my energy. And then I was like, oh, okay, thank God. That was not it. And we co-create our realities. So whoever in your life, past, present, or even in the future, comes through and says something like that, when you hear it and you think, that's baloney, hang on to that and just say, you know what, I need to move on, thanks but no thanks. And then really spend some time like I did, meditating on cord cutting and sweeping out the cobwebs in your mind and it will get better. You can transmute it. And then you can start to see that as fear. When people say something like that, they're often afraid of losing you, afraid of seeing you succeed, maybe jealous of seeing you succeed. And they want to push a projection in your path. Don't adopt the projection. Don't adopt the thought form and allow it to sit into the program that we call our brain. You can transmute it, okay? Because you're the high priestess, and we have that coming through in the recent past. This is what this month is going to help you with. She sees it, even if someone else can't, and because she sees it, it can become reality. Believe in the possibility and the power, not just the possibility, but the power of miracles. This, by the way, could be any aspect of your life: health, finance, love. I think I talked about that earlier, but I want to reiterate that. The high priestess. Really, really important with the high priestess to remember that thoughts are powerful and words can emphasize those thoughts and either make or break a cycle in your life. If you think to yourself, I can't, I won't, I'll never, you've shut the door before it opened. If you think to yourself, I want to, I can, I will, I am, then you've started to open it up. And furthermore, you can say, I reject this rejection. I no longer need that block. Thank you, Spirit, for reminding me of my power and reminding me of what was important to me. Thanks but no thanks to the garbage that someone else might be trying to put into your life. Lean into creative ventures, lean into meditation, spiritual development, and focus on affirmations. They are so powerful, so important. Talk to yourself, talk to your body, talk to your money. Just like we talk to our plants and they grow. When you talk to aspects and avenues of your life, they too can grow. And that's what she's asking. Notice Queen and King of Pentacles have not flowers, but like trees and vines all around them. She's no exception. She even has branches growing out of her head. So if you believe it can grow and you put some work into it, you will see movement, reciprocity, and abundance. All right, as we tune into where your head is at this month, you're a little tired. Nine of Wands is a great card for completing any task at hand. So I'd like to begin by saying, you've got this. Whatever's in front of you, you can do. And this is also a card of perseverance, not giving up, all good stuff. Typically, this person would have a bandage on their head. And when the card is reversed, it kind of doubles down on that mental fatigue. So there might just be, I'm getting like busy and bored for some of you. There might be something that requires just a lot of repetitive attention or action, and that is kind of wearing thin on you. There could be environmental stress that's also kind of ricocheting. And it could just be the mental thoughts that we're thinking. Like I said, the Queen of Wands. Sometimes we boss ourselves around saying, gosh, why don't you do better? Even like that, basically when you're not giving yourself enough grace and credit for, learning as you go through things. So take a step back, breathe, look at just how far you've come and embody what we see in this version of the card, which is a newfound confidence and strength. She's standing up there with her torch lit saying, we're going to do this. I've got this. I've come too far to accept no for an answer. I've learned from the past and I may have some battle scars along the way, but it's okay. It's made me stronger. So that's the big takeaway with this. Don't let someone boss you around. Don't be pushed around and don't push yourself around. But do finish what you've started because you've got a lot of momentum and a lot to gain if you continue doing what you're doing, okay? In the near future, and this is one of the challenges this month, is the moon reversed. So a few things to think about here. They actually did a fantastic job illustrating the emotional components of this card. So instead of the lobster, we just see the person falling into the depths of the emotions of the ocean here. So sometimes a single thought, I was talking about that the other day, if somebody says something and it just pulls your vibe down or your mood down. When that happens, hit the sort of like pause button or emergency brake and think, oh, wait a second, that's not me. That's not you. That's just something in your energy. When you can extract that and cut the cord and breathe and ground yourself, take a few deep breaths and allow yourself to kind of fill that void back in with opening for possibility, something new, something better. I don't want that. I want something else. Allow it to motivate you rather than anchor you, because that's what could be happening for some of you. We could also see the reversal as rising up above any sort of conflict or anything in your life that wasn't what you expected. So the moon card is powerful because it's basically you connecting with your instinct and your divine feminine. But on either side of the lake or river here, we see a dog and a wolf, a path, and the obstruction between that can be emotions or integrity. Oftentimes with the moon, there can be themes around honesty. And at the core of all of it, it could just be honesty with yourself. So keep the promises you make to yourself, keep the promises you make to others. And if there are relationships in your life where people tempt, taunt, or block you, it's time to release those. You've got so much more to work on. And the two extremes, the dog and the wolf, represent instinct versus training. And in real life, we have to kind of find our path between the two. We have to follow the rules, but we can find our own way. We don't have to do it like this person, their way or the highway. There's more than one way to get something done, and you have a chance to explore what vibes and feels right with you. Emotional sensitivity is a little bit higher. Intuition and instinct is higher. So allow yourself to find a way to tune into those things without being beholden to them. Therapy could be great. That's why we had this. A friend that you can talk to could be great. A teacher or mentor, also great. You don't have to carry the burden alone, all right? Let's lean into how you're showing up, and it's quite good. So we have the Emperor, one of the pinnacle cards of empowerment and being able to lead. Also, it looks like he's sitting on a throne that reminds me of Mars, so fighting for what you want. Sometimes you have to fight, and it's okay when you're ready, when you're organized, when you're clear, concise, and you understand what's in front of you. This Emperor is also strategic. He's holding a chess piece there, and he's thinking to himself, all right, I need to do this now. Maybe that didn't go the way I want. I might have to sacrifice a little bit of this resource, but in 2 or 3 months from now, in 2 or 3 moves from now, it's all going to pay off and it's going to be checkmate. So think about long-term goals. Try to contextualize any sort of short-term losses and realize that it's one step, one bite at a time, one move at a time. Never lose track of the long game, right? And sometimes you may not get what you want right here, right now, but strategically, you might be leaning exactly in the direction that you need to be. This is a month during which you are, at least energetically, ready to step into something with more teeth, more leadership opportunities, but you have to speak up. You have to lean into that feeling of power and confidence. There may be power dynamics that are coming into challenge this month as well. In relationships, this card is about really standing your ground. And you can do this, but there are blocks from the past that have made it a little bit more difficult for you, such as Queen of Wands, parents, teachers, and mentors in your life that might have told you that there was only one way to do it when there are many, okay? A great month to launch something, a great month to lead something. And as we look at the environment, things are starting to move much, much quicker than you might be used to. We have the Six of Swords. There could be a trip on the horizon. Someone wants you to see them for an interview or for a face-to-face meeting. This is really good for business. If you are a business person, this is a great month during which you could launch a product, send it out into the world. This is also a good month for marketing and communication because this card represents that it could go the distance. We do see the passenger and or the sort of like captain of this ship not fully being committed to the forward momentum. She's somewhere between the past and the present. So it may be hard to let go of one way of doing something, but if you can innovate and lean into the energy of miracles this month, I do believe it will be well worth the energy, the sort of calculated risk, and I think it's worth giving it a shot. But remember, one step at a time, rowing that boat one oar at a time. You don't have to do everything at once. There could be also someone either entering in or exiting out of your life. That's kind of how ends and beginnings work. So when something stops, it creates space for something new. So don't get overwhelmed, or try not to be overwhelmed, I should say. You can feel it in the moment, but know that something else is already percolating. It's like a bulb coming through the ground and getting ready to, burst through with a flower. You've got something great, like a crocus, first sign of life after the winter, right? Don't give up. All right, as we look at opportunities, also hopes and fears, we have a really good card. Again, sorry about the environmental noise. All right, Seven of Wands. This is one of the nice, sort of like cool, calm, collected Seven of Wands. We don't see someone fighting. We see them actually deciding, not today. And there are, I should say, battles worth fighting and battles that aren't worth it. She knows the difference. She's saying, I'm not going to take that personally, or I'm not going to let that get into my headspace too much. She's saving that solar plexus power for things that matter the most. Now, that being said, I do love the Seven of Wands because it comes through on the heels of success. So because this is in opportunities, we can infer from the placement that you're going to have a successful month and that there may be more things coming through even next month after this. And what's going to be important between now and then is to stay grounded and to basically be discerning. And if there's something that you don't need to do today, you can push it to tomorrow. If there's something that isn't really your responsibility to do, you can delegate it or just simply say no. That level of time and energy management will allow you to continue to be successful and maybe even skip over this card straight to the Eight of Wands, which is just basically things moving forward, productivity. It's virtually impossible to make everybody happy, and the Seven of Wands reminds you that if you can build up like a thick skin or a thick energetic shield around you, like we see here, she has a wonderful aura, then you're going to be able to not sort of like get the wind taken out of your sails. And it's interesting that I use that metaphor because right before it, we have the Six of Swords. So everyone has an opinion. Not all are valid. Not all are even welcome. And we want to keep you in this High Priestess energy. And that's kind of what's going on here because she's holding the sort of crystal ball that you would normally see with the High Priestess. So you've got this. It's just a matter of staying strong, staying clear, and saying no occasionally, okay? So in the outcome, one of the best cards you can get, an ace. We have the Ace of Cups representing some good news, maybe new love, new opportunity, your own creative gifts coming to this wonderful zenith energy. And it's also one of the most receptive cards you can have as well. So you're opening up. All of this or greater. I believe in miracles. I believe I can receive and achieve all of this or greater. And you can indeed. Hold out for that. Hold out for what others think might be impossible, but you know is possible, okay? Something good is coming through. Now let's expand the forecast, and we're going to look at health, wealth, love, and destiny. Like I said, we're doing it different this month, a little bit faster pace so that we can get through all of these, and also so that hopefully you can enjoy these as well. We'll start off with health, mind, body, and spirit. Well, look what we got here, the Magician. Lo and behold, this card in the reverse position is about basically not getting distracted. So what I'm seeing here is distraction could come through in multiple forms. We talked about some of the heavy emotions from the Moon card. We talked about some of the people in your life that have said no. We also have the distractions in your head that are ricocheting. So what's the answer to this? Meditation. Pushing back and rejecting things that don't align to you. Emotions run heavy this month, so take time to talk to others. You don't have to do this alone, to seek out help or advice if you need it. It might be time for a vacation. And if you can manage these things, I really do feel like you have a chance of overcoming some of the challenges in your life. The Miracle card means that you can surpass your expectations. The only place where this card can show a little bit of weakness when reversed is focus. So just because the Magician has every element at their disposal, it doesn't mean that they have to use them. So try to pick the one thing where you can make the most impact in your mind, body, spirit, because we're looking at health, and let that be the focal point, okay? And it's your journey, not someone else's, so always lean into what you know is best for you. Moving on to wealth, which is resources, life, purpose, and career. Everything is worth doing right the first time and taking your time in doing so. Temperance, don't go to extremes. What is the phrase? Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. There are things in your life that are going to require some changes this month, but you don't have to make such a radical change that it's hard to see or so many changes that you don't know which one is impactful. Do one thing at a time and see which ones, which change is yielding the best results. In work, it's important to be patient. If you're looking for work, The patience is probably getting tried, but we'll look at that in a second. For everyone else, I really just feel it's about finding balance. So we see the sun and the moon. Usually you see two cups at the center of this card. It may feel like it's impossible to get everything done. And if that's the case, the universe is coming through and saying, is this an old template? Is the burnout track that you're on something that was imprinted upon you by teacher, society, parents, etc.? You don't have to do it all. And you don't have to be successful at everything. Think about the one gift that you brought to this planet where you can really make, again, that biggest splash, and that should be the focal point. And overall, as I'm looking at wealth for everybody, more can be done with the help and the power of others. So in existing jobs, lean into partnership. If you're looking for work, network. It's who you know, not just what you know. And one of the biggest gifts that you bring to all aspects of your life is your resourcefulness, your imagination, and your leadership. So no matter where you're at, remember those things. The things that are holding you back this month are, for some of you, there's too many voices, there's too many opinions, and you have to tune some of them out. Wherever you're at right now, whether you're working, looking for work, retired, a student, the emotions are blocking further momentum and progress. You will get through this, but I feel like the deepest canyon is the one in your head and your heart right now. So that's where you want to focus on this, okay? Plant the seeds of intention right now because we got an ace. You'll see a lot of progress in the weeks and months to come. And if you are looking for change or movement, we do have a yes card here with the Ace of Cups, but we see competition and you might need to look around. You might need to stretch out a little bit more to find what you're looking for. Okay, let's move on to love and relationships. In love and relationships, we have the Empress. And remember, you showed up as the Emperor. So we have Two of Cups at the center. Suffice it to say, this is a month where you could find your partnership, your divine partner. Now, the Empress energy coming through does represent someone who is, they have their own sense of self. They may not be looking for being completed by someone else. So if you're trying to find someone independent, great, that's what I see. If you're not, then this person is almost challenging you to rise up because they've got it. This is a very nice pairing, a very nice couple. Both know what they need and want. Both are equals, okay? Also, we see that some of you are carrying a lot right now. So I mentioned the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles can both be signals of motherhood. Some of you might be trying to balance a family or a child with either a new relationship or a current relationship. You might also be working on birthing or creating something in your own life, and that's creating some challenges. But suffice it to say, the Empress often gets what she wants, and I feel like this is a good month in general for relationships. In the existing relationships, I see actually partnership and a lot of good things, but possibly long distance challenges. So travel, a lot of work, and it's important to find boundaries and a way and a time and a space to come together. If you're looking for love, something long distance as well. There might be someone from outside of your circles. For everyone else, whether you are single or retired or just focusing on other things, what I'm seeing with relationships is you have the capacity to attract new people. And it feels like you could leverage this, particularly if you're focusing on making change in the world, to like get people excited and engaged in doing something. Leadership. Look at how many boss cards came through. The Queen of Pentacles, the Emperor card, and the Empress. And even the Seven of Wands with the delegation is a little bit bossy. A High Priestess also can see how everything is going to work. So you combine it with some of these other things, and it feels like the sky is the limit here. The final message I'm getting here is really just self-care, because I'm looking at this Empress card, and she's nurturing herself. Everything starts with how you treat your mind, body, and spirit, how you feel about yourself, what you're saying about yourself. Really make sure that that sort of relationship with you is being built upon, is being embraced, and love yourself. That's the last message for love, speaking of love. Now let's move on to Destiny, where we got two cards coming through. Let's see what Spirit has to say. All right. So we have the Sacred Ibis and then also the Elephant. Let's start off with the Ibis first. Right here, we have the energy of learning. So for some of you right now, there may be a desire to expand your horizons with training, mentorship, going back to school. Students out there that are watching this is just confirmation that you're on the right track, especially with the Ace of Cups here in the outcome. Follow your passion. that's where success will be. We also see a doorway opening, and I mentioned how doors can kind of be like bookends. One is closing, another is opening. Focus on that and learn from experiences in the past. You're going to open up to better experiences in the future. We have the elephant underneath it. There's so many things that I want to talk about. They chose leadership here. So yes, leadership, because elephants can, first of all, they're very intelligent. They can learn a lot, they can remember a lot, and they make an impact, right? When an elephant is there, you can't miss it. That also reminds me of the phrase, there's an elephant in the room that no one's talking about. So if something's obvious, if something's big, and you could be the one to in sort of like create change, why not? It feels like everyone else sees what you're seeing, but they're waiting for somebody to step into the leadership role. Also, this is Lord Ganesha, which can overcome obstacles. So if something was blocked before, it won't be blocked now. You have greater skills, greater capacity, and hopefully more confidence to really hit this out of the park. Okay, good stuff. Let's now take a look at a final question. This can be anything that you still need a little bit of help with. Go ahead and ask Spirit what it is that is on your mind. I'm going to create some room here on the table, shuffle the cards, and see what comes through for you. All right, we have the 10 of Wands. This is about moving up, moving on, moving out. Really great energy. As a yes or no, it's a yes. Hit send. Put it into the post or the mail. It's time. This is also connected with moving. So if you've been thinking of moving or trying to level up, absolutely. This card around miracles is very good. It's saying this could be even better than you think. She's not carrying too much with her, and she's also delegating with this ox here. So as you move, make sure you're mindful of what you're taking with you to the next part of the journey. If you're physically moving or if you're traveling, pack lightly. Only take what's necessary. And don't give up. I like this card because it doesn't show the person hunched over, feeling the burden of completion that you normally see with the 10 of Wands. So if you only take what's necessary and don't put too much pressure on yourself, I feel like life is going to be more enjoyable and you'll get to the destination even faster than you think. So yes, good luck with that. All right. That, my friends, is everything. If you enjoyed this, and I hope you did, please subscribe, like, comment, and remember to opt into notifications so you never miss out on a future video. You can also go to my website, and there's a lot of other ways that you can connect with me. One, and it's also free, is to sign up for my free newsletter. The address is right here on the screen. You can also take a look at all of my social media accounts, and it's usually just my name, Nicholas Ashbaugh, on all the accounts. But again, if you go to my website, they're all listed there. You can also decide to give back through PayPal if you'd like to, or you can book a private reading if you want to dig a little bit deeper into something that's going on in your life. Here on YouTube, you can leave a sticker with your comment or become a sustaining member, and either of those is a great way to ensure that videos just like this continue to show up. Finally, a reminder, every single Sunday I do a live stream around 9:15 or 9:30, and it goes on for anywhere like an hour and a half to 2 hours, and we delve into a lot of topics around the week ahead, a special topic that you vote on, and if you've never watched a live stream with me, it's a lot of fun, so I hope you show up if you have enough time to do so. And there's also replays just in case it's at an inconvenient time where you're at. All right, everybody, that's it from my heart to yours. Thank you so much for everything. I hope to see you soon. Check out the dailies as well to keep a pulse on what's going on. And until next time, be well.